welcome to today's Saturday Small Biz Tip, the very first in the series here on T Media, and I'm very excited to share this series with you. In my online travels over the past 2 years, I have collected a ton of information and resources that I am very excited to be able to now pass on and share with you. So today's small biz tip is about Twiends. It's about a service that helps you use Twitter in an effective, productive, and ethical way. It is a service, it is a pay service, and I know that some people may have issues with using pay services to automate the following process, but I have had the opportunity to test out a few different services over the past probably year since I've been using Twitter. In the beginning, I didn't have much luck and I was very frustrated, and I'm sure that many people can attest to that. For when they first start using Twitter, it can be challenging. But I had heard so many stories from colleagues and people who've had a lot of success using Twitter, so I decided to really make a go of making it work. And I have to say that giving Twiends a second look after my first attempts really paid off for me, and I've had a lot of success with it, and I wanted to share with you how I was able to do that and to use it in a way that is not only productive but ethical, even though it is a pay service. What I have found in the past with other services, and what makes the big difference with Twiends for me, is that other services are pay services, but they pay, but you pay to mass follow other people in the hopes that they will follow you back. And Twiends does not have that kind of service, and that to me makes the huge difference between it and other services. Yes, you are paying, but basically what you're doing is paying to have your profile up on a server that gives you access to thousands upon thousands of other Twitter users. So I look at it as something a bit more social than the other pay services out there. You're not forced to follow any other people with Twiends. You're basically putting your profile out there, and with the intention of meeting followers, meeting people that you can follow or that can follow you. You're offering credits to them for following you. You have the choice as to how many credits you'd like to offer, and then in turn they will use those credits for the same reason that you're on the service, to get followers. And you are allowed, I have a couple of things that make it, in my opinion, much more productive and much more ethical than the other services out there. You are allowed to choose a niche. Actually, what I think is that you are allowed up to 5. I think I have about 5 selected. So you can choose the niche that you're in, the niche in which you are prospecting, in which you want to meet people, and you list that as those as the types of people that you would like to follow you and that you are interested in meeting. So you can browse profiles if that's what you'd like to do, and decide to follow people if you like, and you can have your profile out there listed any way that you want, and people have the choice whether they want to follow you, whether they want to take the credits that you're offering. It could be a combination of both those things as a reason why people are choosing to follow you. Some people may follow just for the credits, and in that case you may end up with some people who are not within your niche, and people who may have questionable accounts, but some of the things that I do that I'm going to share with you help you avoid having that problem of a stream filled up with questionable accounts, or accounts that are not active, or things that you may just not want to be in your stream because they're so far out of your niche. One of the things is automating the service of having people look at your profile and take credits for following you. You can go in manually and kind of look every day, or just whenever you get a chance to browse the followers and then follow people, and they will follow you back in turn. But what I have found is more effective and productive, because of course we're all as small business owners crunched for time, and it's not always practical that I can check those boards every day, in addition to Facebook and Twitter and all the other things that I'm checking on a daily business, blogging and commenting. So what I have done was bought a subscription at Twiends. They offer a range of subscription packages, and you can buy one that fits your budget. And what I like about that is that you have control over how much you're spending on a regular basis, how many credits that you're offering. And, you know, of course, it's great to keep track of that budget and to keep track of and to keep up with just the following process, because you can let it lag behind even if you sign up for an account and you're not going in there manually as much as you'd like. So having this subscription helps you keep track, keep the costs down, and helps you keep that consistency of people looking at your profile, keeps it rotating, and keeps people following you. Not necessarily you following people, which is another great thing that I like, that you don't have to do. People have asked me about why I have so many followers and I follow so little people, and that's one of the reasons why. I want to be able to be more selective over who I'm following, and know that when I log into my Twitter, I'm not overwhelmed with a bunch of accounts that I don't know who they are or I'm not familiar with what they're doing. That was also another thing that made a big difference to my Twitter usage. Having a stream that wasn't filled up with so many things. I know that there's lists and that kind of thing that you can use for that, but I just feel like this service helps me to keep under control who I'm following, and I feel that the quality of my connections and my conversations is much better knowing that I can sort of filter and look through those lists of followers that I have from time to time, since there's much more of them than there are of the people that I'm following, and then I can decide, I can be selective, and I think that just makes for a much better experience. The last tip that I have for you for making Twiends a very useful, productive, and ethical way to increase Twitter followers and to just increase your experience, your enjoyment of the experience, is using Twiends in conjunction with another service that I found called TwitBlock. And TwitBlock helps you to filter out those users that I mentioned earlier that may be following you just for the points, or mass following people. And you don't have control over that, since your profile is sitting out there and you're offering credits. And so although in the beginning you don't have control on that, you can take an active role and use TwitBlock on a regular basis to filter out those accounts that are questionable, that haven't filled out their profiles, and that you just simply don't want to have in your stream. So using TwitBlock, it takes a couple of minutes. I use it every day since it's so quick. You simply connect it to your Twitter account, and it looks for, it has certain criteria that it looks for, profiles not filled out, or avatars that are commonly used, and it filters out accounts that it believes to be spam. So that way it helps you keep your stream nice and clean, helps you make connections in a way that feels much more organic, and not just a mass of people that you don't know who's following you, and you don't even know who you're following. It never asks for the service never asks for access to your account to follow people, and you are free at any time to cancel your subscription, adjust it. You have a lot of control in the dashboard to go in there and just set it up the way that works best for you. So just to recap, the 3 top tips for using Twiends in a productive and ethical way is setting up a profile that lists your niche, your interest, which makes the likelihood that people who are in your niche, or who are interested in following accounts in your niche, will follow you. They'll find you. I found a lot of great accounts that I wouldn't have otherwise found using Twiends, because there's lots of, as I said, thousands of people on the service. So setting up a profile and setting up your niche so that people can find you who are within the same interests. Also using a subscription to make sure you keep that consistency of following, and using TwitBlock to filter out any accounts that you wouldn't want to have in your stream. So those are the 3 top tips for using Twiends. I'd love to hear your thoughts if you're using the service, what you think about the service, what you think about pay services in general. And also, if you have any questions about Twiends or interested in adding a service, I'd be happy to answer anything I can. So I hope you enjoyed today's small biz tip and that it was helpful for you. And I'll see you next week with the Saturday small biz tip. All right, have a great week. Bye.
So I said with passion, I don't follow fashion. Then my cell phone starts to ring, a song everybody knew. I was doing alright.